Okay, so just continuing on this sketch. Might spend a little bit more time on the head on this one. Maybe, we'll see. We got this hole in his shell here. Neck. I think I want his neck to be quite thin. Okay. I think I might change these legs up just a little bit. The whole point of this portion is just to be really loose in the character development. Now, I am not a good drawer, I'll be honest, but even if I was a character designer, I have a few friends who are character designers, you'd be amazed at how sloppy the drawing is in the beginning. Just trying to get down the overall shape of the thing. Okay, so I'll spare you watching me draw a top-down view for now. I've already spent 20 minutes generating this. But now I want to get it ready to take into Maya. So what I need to do is I need to save this image multiple times, once for each view. So if you had your orthographic once for each orthographic view, I should say. So I have a side and a front, but if you had side, front, top, and rear, then you'd want to save each of those individually. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to go to my crop tool, and in the top I'm going to go ahead and enter a predictable value. I'm just going to do it 512 by 512. Typically when we are creating things for use in 3D, typically we are creating things for use, we're creating drawings or later on textures for use in 3D, but want to do that in a square. Now those squares need to be made up of a certain amount of pixels. Now the best possible scenario is to use a power of 2. So you have you could do it, powers of 2 meaning anyway, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128, 256, 512, 1024. So you want it to be a square based on one of those sets of units. So I've chosen 512. I need to situate my turtle in this. And I need to make sure I line up the turtle so that he has, I need to make sure I crop this image the same both times. So I'm going to back out for now. And we go back to my regular selection tool, and I'm going to add a new guide. And this new guide is going to represent the bottom of that image. So now I'll go back to my crop tool. I'm going to shrink this down. Well, it looks like I need to represent the top of my image too, so let's go ahead and do that. So we'll go there, and these ones don't have to be real precise. So there's this is the top of the image guide and the bottom of the image guide. Go again in my crop tool. I'll drag this and shrink it so it matches the top of that guide, the top guide. And I'll drag this one so it matches that bottom guide. And I'm going to zoom in, make sure I really did land on them. Okay, I can move this over. Looks like I'm going to have to go a little bit bigger. So I have to move this guide up a little bit. Now, I'm being picky about this part. This part is the portion you need to be really picky about. Okay, so here we go again. Shrink this down. Okay, now a turtle fits within that square. So now I can click OK to confirm, and I can save this image. I'll press the shortcut key anyway is Control-Alt-Shift-S. That's going to bring up the Save for Web dialog. We're going to save it as a PNG. You don't really need transparency selected, but I use the PNG 24, or you could use the 8. I might as well use the 8. It's a little bit smaller. I have an image. I'll save it. And I need to save it to, well, a predefined location. Let's just say that for now. So I'll say turtle, and this is my side view. Enter. Okay, I'm done. Now I need to back up a few steps. So Control-Alt-Z to undo my crop. And I need to crop him in this for the front view. Now the other thing you'll want to do, especially for this front view, is make sure that he's centered in that image. And so what I'm looking at is like his head. And I'm trying to get it centered in these, in this center third of the box. That's good. See if I'm not really on my guidelines. Okay, good. Control-Alt-Shift-S, save for web, and save. And we call this one turtle front. Okay, and now you want to save your original design file also, but you don't want to save it with it cropped. So I'll save this also as my CharacterDesignAndOrthoSetup. I'm going to save it to the same location as my other files. Save. And for the most part, I'm done in Photoshop now. So I can close this down. And I can start using my mouse instead of my tablet. Tablet is very helpful. And when I pick back up on the video, we'll be started in Maya.